this is a gun that is perfect to go against the likes of skill-based matchmaking. We need to use the best and fastest killing guns in the game just to be able to keep up. Definitely going to be an interesting video for you guys today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on noties, and let's just get into the build. All right, so before we begin, surprise, surprise, this is the 𝗧𝗏, and this is a gun that is a very, very good gun, very reliable, recoil on point, and it has a pretty decent TTK as well. I really like it. It's definitely great for sweaty lobbies, so to speak. But anyways, let's talk about the magazine. So, you know, there's several ways you can go about it, man. It really just depends. I'm going with the 30-round magazine because we're playing exclusively on 𝗧𝗘𝗏𝗧, and I just want to make sure that I have the most optimized movement as much as I possibly can. You know, you could go with the 50-round drum, you know, just take your game a step further. Just make sure to pre-aim around corners, you know, you'll be just fine. Or you can just rock it with no magazines just so that you can take advantage of the faster movement and mobility. But I think 30 rounds is okay. It's sufficient enough. Then we're going to move on to the muzzle. I'm using the 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗧. Now for the tuning, I went with negative 0.36 ounces towards that aim down sight speed, as well as negative 0.27 inches towards that aiming idle stability. And for the barrel, I went with the 18-inch precision 6 barrel. Damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity, all very underrated things that are very important for winning gunfights, especially that bullet velocity. Damage range, probably don't really need it that much, but the bullet velocity 100%. All right, now for the tuning, I went with negative 0.44 pounds towards that aim walking speed and negative 0.34 inches towards that aim down sight speed. All right, for the laser, one of my favorite lasers in the game. I like the FTAC Grimline laser, hip recoil control, hip fire accuracy, and basically free sprint to fire speed, guys. That's why I like this attachment. And also, lasers only visible at the hip, not a big deal at the end of the day. Last but not least, we have the TV cardinal stock, aim walking speed, and sprint speed. This is pretty much the icing on the cake for this specific class setup. Now for the tuning, we went with 0.52 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and 1.39 inches towards aiming idle stability. All right, rest of the class setup, it's personal preference. Use whatever you want to, but if you want to copy me, this is what I'm using. Combat knife, stim shot, claymore. Perk packages as follows. We've got scavenger, bomb squad, fast hands, and quick fix. And then for my field upgrade, I'm using the munitions box. This gameplay topic of discussion is going to be skill-based matchmaking. Just pretty much my overall thoughts on it. Does it belong in Call of Duty, etc., etc.? Watch the video, leave your comments down below, let me know some feedback, and give me some future topics to discuss in future videos. Just trying to switch it up here a little bit in these class setup videos, and I'll explain more in detail in the video. I'll see you guys there. We have a very important topic to discuss today. And I'm starting to do these now, you know, leave some comments down below of future topics you'd like me to talk about. But for today's topic, I would really like to touch... I think this literally just proves my point of what exactly I'm about to talk about. We're gonna talk about skill-based matchmaking today. Oh yeah, oh fun. The most repetitive topic you all have ever heard of. But I think it needs to be talked about a little more because I'm sure a lot of you guys hate it. And you know, it's kind of like therapy session in a way to hear, you know, a YouTuber talk about it. Hear what they have to say about it. Obviously, you already know I'm gonna tell you guys I hate it. It's toxic. There is nothing good that comes out of skill-based matchmaking, I'll tell you that much right now. And that's why we're purposely playing on this map and why I'm purposely using this setup, because I'm not gonna stand a chance against these guys, man. They're always gonna be using the meta. And it's not their fault either at the same exact time. It kind of goes back to the whole skill-based matchmaking. If you're not using... What? If you're not using this setup or a meta setup, you're just gonna get destroyed. 100%. There's no such thing as casual games anymore. Well, let's talk about why it's not good. It's not good for the player experience because it's not good for your mental health. It's not fair. As you saw, we literally just got thrown into a game. Typically, this happens because the game wants me to pick up the slack for somebody who rage quit out of this game. So we're already losing by default. Like, we're already like struggling. Second of all, the connection sucks so bad. I mean, yeah, you might not be able to tell, but the connection is bad, guys. It's very spotty. So there's that. I mean, we're not getting paired up here according to connection. Remember that. We're getting paired up here according to skill. So, I mean, in what world does gaming online feel fun when you're just lagging or you feel like you're, you know, behind? Of course, not every experience is like that, but there is going to be times where that's actually going to be a thing. And number two, at the root of its core, gaming, at least for me, the reason why I started playing Modern Warfare 2, I'm talking about the original one, guys, back in 2009. That was my first Call of Duty. The reason why I started playing it and got addicted to it is because it was fun. It was addicting. Like, oh God, man, we actually popped off a little bit over there. It was just... It was a challenge in a good way. It was a challenge in a fun way. It's not like every single match I feel like I'm competing for money that doesn't even exist. It's like, yo, man, I'm not trying to be a pro, man. I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just trying to stomp on some noobs and just, you know, have fun. And when I say that, I don't mean that in the most malicious way, guys. If you didn't come from the era of Call of Duty, you know, pre-Advanced Warfare, which is when they really started to implement skill-based matchmaking, then you cannot relate. You simply cannot relate. You don't know what I'm talking about. Like, pub stomping was what made Call of Duty fun back in the day. Especially when you hop on with the boys. You know, you just have a session. You're able to just have fun, stomp on some people, and you know, just have some fun. That's, at the end of the day, at the core, it was just fun. You know, none of us were trying to be pro. It was just how the game was. It's how we were introduced to Call of Duty. Nowadays, it's all about, like, competitiveness. The game actually registers, you know, how you move around the map. Do you slide a lot? Do you jump a lot? What kind of weapons are you using? How good is your accuracy? You know, just these little things that kind of just... It ruins the game. And you know what? Partying up has never been the same as well either, you know? When I'm playing with just normal friends who don't do YouTube for a living, you know, they're just homies from real life, they will literally tell me, like, bro, I can't play this game with you anymore because it's frustrating because the skill-based matchmaking puts them against players of my skill. And I'm better than them. I'm better than my friends, you know, in real life. You know, they don't do this for a living. They don't play Call of Duty like the way I do. So it just makes sense for them to suffer. And they don't want to play with me because of that. Like, we can't even have a casual, like, session because of that. They're like, nah, bro, I don't want to play with you. No offense. I can't do that, homie. You know, that's just how it goes. So, I mean, yeah, man. And you know what, too? Part of the main reason why Call of Duty was so addicting before skill-based matchmaking is because of that feeling that you were getting better. You know, everybody loves a sense of accomplishment, a sense of feeling rewarded. But in skill-based matchmaking, you don't feel rewarded. It's constant challenge after challenge after challenge, but you never get better because every single player in every single lobby that you play, you're literally playing against people who are better than you. And there's no... the ceiling is basically above your head. Oh my god, see, and see how toxic these lobbies are? Okay, so basically what I was saying is that these lobbies these days, they get really toxic. Nothing is the same anymore when it comes to just enjoying the game in general. Skill-based matchmaking has created this whole culture of players hating each other. You know, back in the day, going back to my point about what made the game fun is because, you know, of course, when you're first playing a game, you're gonna get destroyed. You're not used to it. You don't know what's good. You don't know what to do. You don't know what not to do. And you get destroyed. But the thing that made the thing that made Call of Duty better pre-skill-based matchmaking was the fact that you actually had a chance to see yourself getting better, to see yourself improving. Oh my gosh, there's that little glitch on the screen where it just shows you you're talking, but you're not. But yeah, man, the game would reward you. You know, you were actually able to tell if you were doing better. You can capitalize on the mistakes that you made the previous game, and the game is not going to punish you for doing good. Imagine playing a game that punishes you for doing decent, you know? It's just constant sweat after sweat after sweat. You don't even know if you're doing better. And, you know, back to what I was saying about how the game just, like, created this culture of players just wanting to hate each other. If you got crapped on back in the day, the normal response would be to send that person who crapped on you a friend request because you wanted to be like them. You wanted to roll with the big dogs. You wanted to learn from them. And, you know, it wasn't toxic like that back then in the day. You know, nowadays it's just like a lot of trash talk, a lot of egos. The gaming space has definitely become super competitive in a space where it doesn't even belong in the first place. You know, there is a professional league for a reason. There is league play for a reason. But why continue to push, you know, this type of culture on casual gamers? Like, it's just not fun. So, especially for guys like me who have been playing the game for, you know, 10 plus years. Like, I've literally seen this franchise just, you know, pick apart the culture of what I remember it as. Limb by limb is just not the same anymore. But anyways, guys, I would really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on skill-based matchmaking. Like, are there anybody out there who actually likes skill-based matchmaking? You know, and one can argue that, hey, man, it's a good business decision for, you know, Call of Duty. It'll protect, like, the noobs. But the thing is, like I was saying, man, noobs never know if they're even getting better. Like, you're literally just gonna keep playing against the same noobs every single time. And I know you're gonna say, like, oh, but what happened to playing against people who are better than you? I thought you didn't like that. Well, that's what I was... That brings me to my next point. It's like, the thing back in the day that was awesome is that not every game was competitive, but the games that actually were competitive were once in a while, and you finally got to measure yourself. Pause. I meant, like, you know, like measuring your skill level. And then after that, you would be like, all right, cool, back to chilling, we'll work on that. It was a mixed bag of players, you know, like, we had people who were noobs, and then we had people who were top dog, we had people who were average. You know, it was always mixed back in the day, but the number one priority was your connection and like, you know, people from your server, not like getting connected to like places across the world and stuff like that. So when YouTubers, they complain about skill-based matchmaking, it's not because we're trash at the game, bro. I don't know about other YouTubers, but I'm not here to, like, you know, put on a front and make it seem like I'm the best player in the world. That's never been my goal when I started YouTube. I'm purely here to, number one, help you get better. Number two, entertain you. If you don't believe me, go back to my very first few years on YouTube. Matter of fact, every single year has always been the same. Always been tips and tricks. Always been entertainment. I've always been centered around those two things. Never about, hey, look at me, I'm amazing, you know? That's never been like my intentions. My intentions are to have fun in this game. That's why I do not like skill-based matchmaking. It has definitely ruined the magic. And another thing that skill-based matchmaking has ruined is the integrity of gameplays. Alright? What I mean is that, for example, if I were to do good, right? Let's say for whatever reason somebody just tuned into this gameplay. They saw that I am going on a streak. They're gonna automatically assume that I'm reverse boosting, just because they're so used to literally every single YouTuber reverse boosting. So I'm just guilty by association that just because I do good in a game, even if I'm not reverse boosting... Oh, wow, that was amazing. You know, it creates this like false sense of like accusation across the whole community. You know, that's how bad skill-based matchmaking really is and how toxic it creates this culture around this community. I think this guy's gonna chase me, yeah? Bro, we're low-key popping off right here. Oh, that's a teammate. Damn it! It's a good shot. Yeah, like, I feel like I can't really, like, show my personality. I always have to, like, focus. You know, and that's just boring, you know, just watching me play the game. It just kind of, like, takes away, you know, the whole point of YouTube. Why would you want to watch me when I'm literally just sitting there playing the game when you can watch, like, anybody else do the same exact thing, you know? So, yeah, man. Nothing comes good out of skill-based matchmaking. Just everything that I just said. Oh, yeah, also, this is what I wanted to talk about. Back in the day, getting nukes actually meant something. People would come by your video and give you props. They'd be like, yo, bro, that was amazing. But nowadays, when you drop a nuke, you're automatically put into this category of, oh, you must have reverse boosted. You probably did this and that to get this gameplay. And guess what? You know, a lot of these people commenting these kind of things are most likely people who are new to the franchise who came here after skill-based matchmaking. So they're not even aware of, you know, what it's actually like and the meaning of getting a nuke. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a double-edged sword, you know? I don't know if that made sense. I really hope I'm making sense, guys. But yeah, we're at 15 minutes now. I don't want this video to be too long, but if you do like these little topics that I talk about randomly while I'm gaming here, you know, let me know down below in the comments. We can drop more topics to talk about, man. I'm really in that process of just trying to find ways to make these class setup videos a little bit more engaging, because it does get a little boring for me as well to just do the same thing, just, you know, talk about the gameplay. Let's talk about some, like, actual stuff, man. You know, you guys need to get to know me better as a person. I'm not just a robot. Oh my goodness. 100% somebody's leave a comment. Oh yeah, you're reverse boosting. But yeah, I think I want to make a separate video on reverse boosting as well. Like how it's done, who's doing it, am I doing it? I think that would definitely be a really great topic and a great discussion as well. But yeah, leave a comment down below, guys. Nonetheless, like, I need to know, like, who actually likes skill-based matchmaking? Like, just the sheer will and power to just, or perseverance to just want to be better, just isn't even a thing anymore, guys. There's no point. You don't get rewarded. Imagine being new to this franchise. You do well for like 5 games. You only have like 1 week experience and you get instantly thrown into a lobby like this. Do you think that's gonna make you want to play the game? Of course not. Takes the fun out of it. I mean, dude. Anyways, I think I've said enough. I just don't like it. I just want to have fun again. I just want to enjoy myself while playing this game. That's just kind of like the bottom line. Skill-based matchmaking is not fun. Nothing comes out good out of it, and there's nothing that can change my mind. Give me a good argument of why it should be in these games. All right, let's get it, baby. Oh, we won. We actually won. Let's go. What do we get? All right. Well, hopefully you guys did enjoy. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Remember, leave some comments down below. Your thoughts on this commentary, as well as some topic suggestions. I like this, man. This is kind of fun, man. It's kind of like a little podcast. But anyways, have a good rest of your day, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.